Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So Saturdays I usually reserve for cleaning my guns, and I went to the range this week and I thought it'd be time to, take a couple of them out and clean them. So I said, why not record and just have a conversation with y'all while I clean my guns. A little bit of a gun ASMR, if you will. So that's what we're going to be doing today, just a casual cleaning of my guns. I am not doing any kind of detailed in-depth cleaning here. It's just more just of a wipe down. And so don't be too harsh on my cleaning stuff. I cannot for the life of me find where I put my good gun cleaning kit. I had it in the garage, and usually I clean out the garage every, once a week because the kids destroy it. They put everything everywhere. And this time I decided to do kind of an in-depth cleaning in the garage, and I misplaced quite a few things in the process, so hopefully that turns up soon, but I just got to make do with what I have now. So in this video I'm just going to be cleaning my CZ SP-01. I've had this for a few years now. I don't shoot this as much as I should. It is just such a flat shooting, beautiful gun. It's one of my favorites, but I just don't take it out as much as I should. It was my bedside gun a couple years ago for a long time, and I was shooting it a little bit more then, but recently it's retired, and my bedside gun is now my Glock 19 for most of the time. So I thought I'd go through, open this up, check it out. I cleaned it once before, and I've shot it very few times in between, so I'm going to take it apart and just make sure everything's good to go. This isn't an in-depth cleaning, it's just going to be a wipe down. So I hope you enjoy this gun cleaning video. I will be having some conversation with y'all, with talking about some things. I know you guys are going to be after the fact commenting, so just let me know what you think with some of the conversation we're going to have, and maybe in the future I will do a live video where we can actually I can answer your questions as I'm doing this. So enjoy this gun cleaning ASMR. Let's get into it. So as I said, this is my CZ SP-01. I love this gun. It's just really flat shooting. I've never had any issues with it. Man, my hand's still a little bit weak. If you guys don't know what happened, I cut myself and I ended up having to have hand surgery to repair it, and I'm still having that struggle of the strength with my hand, but it's getting better. I was able to go to jiu-jitsu and get some rolls in, so that's fine. It wasn't easy, it was a little painful, but it wasn't too bad. All right, let's disassemble this. So if I remember correctly, when it comes to disassembly of the CZ, it's pretty simple. I think you just gotta pop that out. You can use the magazine to kind of hit that out. You gotta line up, there's two little notches here, and you gotta line these bad boys up, and just try to be as close as possible. And then what you're gonna do is pop that out, and that's not easy to do. So I'm gonna try to do this with my weak hand, my left hand. It's about right there. And just kind of pop that out there, turn it back around, and get my right hand, which is stronger. It just kind of wiggles right out. So, and there you go. It's pretty simple. Comes right off. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. So it is definitely about time for a cleaning with this gun. Pop that off, the spring. Get that barrel out of there. So I guess it's been longer since I've cleaned this gun. You can see it's really dirty. So I guess it's a good idea that I chose to clean this one today. All right, let's see. As I said, don't be too crazy on me with this gun cleaning kit. I have to make do with what I have. If you haven't seen this oil yet, this is not a sponsorship or anything like that. This is my first time really using it. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. This was given to me, so I thought I'd give it a try and see how it does. CLP, can't go wrong with CLP, so I'll be cleaning and hopefully breaking down some of that buildup in there with the CLP. So let's get to it. And I'm kind of doing this at a distance the way the camera's set up, so get that broken down there. Let that work for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and start scrubbing it off. See, I don't even, where did I put my, I had like a wire toothbrush. Everything's missing, everything's missing. This was a last minute thing, so I didn't really prep too much. Decided to turn the camera on, get it angled up correctly. Just do a quick breakdown and we'll wipe this down a little bit. Like I said, this isn't an in-depth cleaning. I'll do that for another time, but for right now, we'll go ahead and just get most of this junk off. Start with the barrel. The CLP seems to be working really, really good. So I'll just be spraying some of that CLP on there, letting it break down a little bit of this. Like I said, I'm not doing a crazy in-depth cleaning right now. I'm just, getting this wiped down. I'll do that later on my own time, but I just wanted to have a conversation with y'all and give you a little bit of a background, a little bit more into who I am beyond the videos, kind of behind the scenes deal with my life hand update. If you guys don't know, I cut myself, so I could probably better explain now that basically just my hands are in frame. So while this is working, I'll explain to you guys exactly what happened and what transpired after hurting my hand. So I was prying with a knife, and I shouldn't have been, holding it that way. So just imagine me holding the object here, the knife here, get distracted for a second, and the knife is kind of like that and about that skinny, so about the length of this here. And the knife went about right there in my hand and kind of traveled in this way and did some damage. And I ended up having to get kind of, at first, surgery to kind of see what's taking place in there. And the surgeon, he cut there, reopened that wound, and then he cut here along this nerve that runs here, because the problem was I wasn't having any filling in this part of my hand. And so he checked that out. And according to him, 6 to 8 months, and I should be, back to, he said, close to 100%. Hopefully, that's what I'm really hoping for. But right now, I'm just working on getting that strength back in my hand and making sure that I'm able to use it and grip, and which I am. Like I said, I went to jiu-jitsu for the first time in 4 or 5 months. And with jiu-jitsu, if you don't know, it's a lot of grips. So you use your hands a lot. And the first night I went, it was pretty brutal. I think it broke up some of that scar tissue in there, and I ended up, having to take some pain meds that night just to get to bed, because it was just more annoying and a little bit of pain. The second night I went was a lot better, a lot less pain, and I was able to enjoy it more. So just keep going, and hopefully my hand continues to get better as it goes on. With this CLP stuff, this is, like I said, this is my first time using it. I don't know much about it, so if you do, let me know. But it seems to be breaking up some of that buildup pretty good without even having to use a brush. I can't find my toothbrush, can't find my good cleaning kit, so I'm kind of just improvising here as we go. But yeah, hopefully the hand continues to mend, and I will be good to go. When you hurt your hand, you kind of... Did I spray this little guy? I don't think I did. When you hurt your hand, it kind of stops everything in your life for a minute, and that's what it did for me. Kind of makes you reevaluate everything, and couldn't do jiu-jitsu, couldn't go to the gym, so kind of had to refocus. Couldn't shoot as much videos. It was just a pain, but I'm back in action. Those are cleaned up. I'll get the inside of that barrel cleaned up right now. Just wipe all this down here. Oh yeah, look at that. That works really, really good. Usually, you're having to, I can use this, I guess. Break all that up, but this is working really well. But I did do something pretty interesting over last week. I took my daughter for the first time to the shooting range. We had a lot of fun. She really, really loved it. She's 8 years old, and she was just constantly on me for these last couple of weeks about taking her to the range. But when it comes to kids in the gun range and just taking them to shoot for the first time, there's kind of a standard that I have that I like to go by. So my son, he's 5, and he's definitely not ready to the range, but we are working on safe gun handling now, the gun safety rules and things like that. We can always start that now. We can, start with a Nerf gun with him, just showing him the fundamentals of what this does, what that does if you do this and that. A safe way of showing him. Then he moved on to a BB gun, and now he's able to, obviously, without any ammunition, kind of look around like my Glock and point out what things are, the gun safety rules, and not only just know them, but he'll be able to apply them. I think that's super important. That's a big indication for me when a child is ready to move on to that next step. Another thing I was explaining to my wife, she's like, when do you think he'll be ready? And I was telling her, I was like, with our 8-year-old, I might need a little bit more of that in there to break it up. Let it sit for a second, clean the spring. I said, well, he's still in that kind of a dog with seeing a squirrel stage. The attention span is just not there for me with him, and a dog, when it sees a squirrel, it just either take off or its attention is completely on the squirrel. It can't really pay attention to anything else. And so when I see like my 8-year-old, she's kind of moving on from that stage. She's able to listen to instructions and, as I said, not only memorize things but be able to apply them. That's for me a big indication of she's about ready to be able to head to the range and shoot her first gun. Same with my son. When he's kind of slows down with the dog in the squirrel stage, then I think he'll be ready. But he's applying the gun safety rules now with his BB gun, and showing me that he really wants to take it to the next step and make that range trip. So we'll see if he's ready, maybe in the next year or so. I'm not sure. And that's the other thing, taking someone to, even not just a kid, but someone for their first range trip to a shooting range. It could be a little intimidating for people because you just multiple guns going off, and it could be loud and just scary. And that's kind of what I was worried about with my daughter, but she did great. We actually we did an outdoor range. I just don't think an indoor range for a first-time shooter is always the best. It's just extremely loud, concussive. Sometimes it feels a little stuffy and chaotic, which can add to the nerves. But in outdoor range, you have fresh air. You're able to kind of just feel the sunshine on you. It relaxes you a little bit, gets you a little bit less stressed out. So we set my daughter up. She has a 22, so she started with a Rascal 22. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good first time 22, but you kind of outgrow it pretty quick if you go to the shooting range and shoot it often as a kid. It'll outgrow. You probably move on to a Ruger 1022. But anyways, she was shooting her Rascal and she was loving it. And then we had this older gentleman set up next to us, and he brought a 1906 Winchester 30-30. And he said, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to be shooting a 30-30. Do you think it's going to be a problem for her? And I said, no, absolutely not. And it wasn't. I mean, it jolted her at first, and she's like, yeah, that was pretty loud. I felt that in my body. But she's like, not to the point where I'm like terrified and don't want to come back here. So that was good. And we just had a really good time. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. She actually shot, I'll put in some video here maybe, but she actually shot, what did she shoot? That was pretty cool. My Ruger PC carbine 9mm. She shot that twice, and she's like, okay, I think that's a little much on the recoil for me. And then she shot the TX22 with the suppressor on it. So that was, she loved that one. I mean, as you know, 22 suppressed is just extremely quiet. There's not a lot going on there with the recoil or the noise. Dang, I wish I had my wire brush, because a lot of this in those little crevices there is is hard to get out, but it's okay. Like I said, this isn't. I'll probably come back and re-clean this later in a week or two. But for now, I think this is fine. And I'm bummed that I lost that kit. Those things, you know, they're expensive. They can be pretty expensive. Like right in there, there's, you probably can't see that far, but in here, I can't get to it. Maybe if I take some of this cotton off. There we go. But yeah, it was a good time. We had a really good time, and she's already asking to go back, and she wants something other than the Rascal, which I don't blame her. You know, a single shot bolt action 22. You know, you shoot it a couple times, you get the hang of it. You're kind of like, all right, I'm ready to move on. So we'll move her on to either the Wildcat. I think the Ruger 1022 will be good. The thing about the Rascal is the fact that it has that really short length of pull, so that does help. So you know, I was looking around to see if they had a semi-automatic 10 or 22 that has a shorter length of pull. I just couldn't find anything. I guess you can make a Ruger 1022. You can pretty much do anything with those, and make anything you want with those. See if I can get them here. Improvised cleaning kit. This is everything that I have. And for the barrel, I had to come up with this here, where I just took a little bit of my t-shirt, tore it in this kind of configuration. And we'll see if it works down that barrel. Spray down the barrel for a sec. Let's see here. Here we go. And then we'll do, maybe I'll do the Glock, a little bit of the Glock 19, just clean that up really quick. I'm pretty sure that's pretty dirty. I've been shooting that quite a bit because it's part of my everyday carry rotation, and I'll let that sit for a minute, break some of that stuff down. Did I get everything off this? I think I did. It's pretty good. This is the guy that needs to be cleaned up a little bit more. So it's been part of my carry rotation now, that and the SIG P365. However, my wife has decided that she likes the SIG P365 better for her everyday carry, so that is no longer really part of my rotation, and I don't mind. I would rather have her take one of my guns than be completely just anti-gun. So definitely rather have a wife who is happy with taking my guns than taking them and wanting them destroyed. So, but she's taken over that, and I don't, like I said, I don't mind at all. But I just told her that means I'm gonna be due for a new one. So I don't know. Right now, the Glock 19 is my primary. Winter's coming up. I don't think anything is wrong with that. I like carrying around winter, anyways, because you can get away with carrying a little bit bigger of a gun. And oh yeah, she's still pretty dirty in there. That's why my toothbrush, man, it comes in handy. I have just a regular one side, I'm pretty sure you guys seen it in the cleaning kit, but you have that really narrow wire brush that gets into all these nooks and crannies here, and this isn't gonna cut it right now until either I go buy another kit or find that one. So I'll search for it high and low today, and hopefully I can come across it, but right now I'm out of luck. So I'm just kind of working with what I have, trying to get it as clean as possible. Feed that through there. So yeah, so my wife's taking over the SIG P365, which you guys seen. It's been in a lot of my videos, and that's okay. That's okay. So I'm due for another one. I was looking at the SIG macro, but you know what? It's a $799 gun. I think it's worth it all day long. What do you guys think? Would you agree with me that the SIG is worth almost $1,000? I mean, it's a really well put together firearm, but then you have the Glock, and may not be as good with the trigger initially out of the box, the sights, things like that, but it is a Glock and extremely affordable, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get a revolver, a little 357, 38 special, Smith & Wesson. Get the lady special. This stuff does a really, really good job of just breaking down all that carbon buildup. Alright. Try to keep this in frames the best I can. It's the first time kind of doing this angle here. This part is one. Alright. I think that's good for now. Let's check this sucker. There's still some buildup in there, but not too bad. Probably wipe that down a little bit. So let's get all this CLP off of it, and then we'll go ahead and get the barrel cleaned out and get some oil on it. Let me grab a new rag here. Not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, I'm on the search for something new. I really want a BCM upper 14.5 pin and welded for a Surefire suppressor, but I mean those are $1,100 right now with the BCG. If you order it off BCM, it's about $1,100-$1,200 upper, and I don't know if I could justify or swing that right now. It's just a little bit too much out of my price range right now, especially after this surgery. We had to pay, even with insurance, a pretty penny for all the doctor's visits. Some of the imaging and all that stuff had to, came out of our pocket. So we'll have to recover from that, and then maybe I can look at getting a BCM upper. But I was tempted to pick something up the other day at Cabela's. It was a Smith & Wesson. I think it's like a bodyguard, 38 special plus P. Never, I almost did it, and then I was like, you know what, no. It's just not a smart move right now, and I'm better off using the money to go get some ammo for my 9s and my daily carries, and just spend some of that time training and on the range. I think a lot of times I would be better off doing that than making some of the purchases that I do when it comes to the guns. But you can never have too many guns, and when you just get that itch, some people, they just don't understand. I've had people say, why do you have so many guns? Do you shoot them all the time? I said, no, sometimes I'll just walk into my safe and grab one of my guns, pick it up, look at it. This thing is beautiful. I love this gun. And put it back down in my safe and not shoot it again for a couple months. It's hard to explain to non-gun people that sense of pride when you have your gun, you pull it out, you look at it, be like, you know what, I'm going to be using this one. I'm going to be using this one a lot more in these recent months. Then you switch back and you just change it up. But oh well. That's what we do as gun people. So I think for just a basic cleaning, this is fine. This is nothing in depth. I don't have anything, like I said, to to clean my guns properly right now, but this is kind of a apocalyptic gun cleaning kit, like the end of the world. No one's manufacturing gun cleaning kits anymore, so you just kind of use what you have, and this is what I'm doing right now. So I think this will work fine. I'll just use my modified rod here to clean the barrel. I probably should bunch it up a little bit so it almost becomes that 30 caliber size to get in there. Let's see. Oh, it worked. It worked. I guess I can, that worked. Oh yeah, do that a couple more times and I think I should be good. Alright guys, I apologize. I looked up at the camera and it said that your camera stopped recording. And I'm using my really fancy camera, and sometimes it does that. It apparently did. I have no idea when it cut off, so I was probably in the middle of saying something, but as of right now, this is just trial and error. I'm trying to figure this out. I'll probably just use my phone next time and then put on Do Not Disturb, and I'll have to worry about it doing that. It's just super annoying, but I like using my good camera because it has really good quality video, and I'm able to do a little bit more stuff in post editing when it comes to coloring the video. Color grading it. So I don't know when it cut off, but right now I'm here cleaning the barrel, finishing off using this makeshift cleaning rod that I have because I do not have my cleaning kit. Get all this excess CLP off. And this CZ is just such a flat. If you ever shot a CZ before, you know how flat shooting these are. It's just, man, I would love to send it over to the Cajun Gunworks and get a trigger upgrade on it, a race hammer, things like that. But again, those things are pricey, and you know, it's just not a priority. I don't shoot it enough to do that. If I start shooting this a lot and using it a lot more, then maybe. And these grips are custom. These are the custom grips I had put on it. Dang, I'm blanking right now on the company, but it's a pretty popular company for grips. They just did this SP01 inlay. Extremely aggressive grip. This is like competition style aggressive golf ball grip. So not comfortable for everyday carry. I wouldn't recommend this style of grip for everyday carry. It would definitely chew up your shirt or your skin if you did it directly on your skin. Alright, so that's all dried up. Go ahead and put some gun oil really quickly on this and get it back together. And I really appreciate you guys bearing with me here. As I said, this is my first time, let's put it in here, doing a video like this. I have my kids yelling in the background, people being loud, so maybe next time I will set up something a little bit better and have a camera that actually is doesn't shut off on me. A little bit more there. Yeah, I've never used this. You know, this was a this Lucas Extreme Duty gun. Oh, I've never used that. If you have, let me know how it works. It's my first time. It's my first time using it. And so far, it feels, you know, seems like it's gonna work fine. Oh, forgot some parts there. This is just a very quick oil job because I do plan on cleaning this again. Did I put some on here? Let's see. There. I usually just rub it on with my fingers. Some people use cloth and make sure they get all the excess off and this and that, and I just, especially with this one here. Put that back in there. Okay. Now with this CZ, I like to start this just a little bit ahead because get it lined up. I'll start it right about there and then line them up and then get it in there. And this is sometimes a little bit finicky. You got to find that sweet spot to get it right on there. Ow! That hurt. And I will get the mag and kind of tap that in there. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you just use the bottom of that mag if you can't get it in there. That hurt, but my nerve is like extra sensitive on this thumb right now, and anything that kind of hits it sets it off. It's kind of like when you hit your funny bone in your elbow, but just once over here, safe on and off, reset. So we're good to go. Function test. Just wipe this down and that's it. So as I'm wiping this down, I just kind of conclude this video and say, guys, thanks for stopping by. I really don't know when that stopped, so I'll have to find out in post-editing. So if you're watching this and it has this abrupt stop and then I begin out of nowhere saying something random, that's why. But I appreciate you stopping by. Next time I'll use my phone and probably get it a little bit better. As I said, just a rough cleaning, and wanted you guys along with me to clean and just have a little conversation. Next time I will do the Glock 19. If you guys like this type of video, you have to let me know in the comments below, else I will not know. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed, and I appreciate each one of you for stopping by. And just, I mean, we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy. I never thought that would be happening for me, so it's just a crazy idea for me. So thank you guys for everything, and don't forget, in probably 2 more videos from now, I'll be doing another giveaway with a trigger holster. This one's going to have a belt clip on it and probably a claw. So let me know in the comments below what gun you have so I can order an extra one. I already ordered one, but I'll order another one for the giveaway. I can pick a comment winner, and when I pick that winner through the random draw, then I can look down at your comments, see what kind of gun you have, and order that particular holster for your gun. So just let me know in the comments below, guys, and I hope to have another video out next Friday. So if not, I'll probably do another cleaning video. Maybe tomorrow I'll do another cleaning video on the Glock 19. But appreciate each one of you, and I will talk to you all later. God bless.